Hi, I'm Melissa from SoGoSurvey. If you love it when people put data to good use, you'll really enjoy today's story, featuring an episode of our podcast, Behind the Numbers, with special guest Nejla Lias, president and founder of Global Health Visions. Let's take a look. Now, if you've never heard our podcast before, it's pretty simple. We're very interested in interesting and exciting people from all walks of life, all industries, all across the world, who use data toward success. So, finding out what that data is and what those details are. Today, first with the numbers and then with the questions. So again, our special guest, Nejla Lias, spoke to us about 3 different numbers. So we'll drill down on the meaning behind each of these. First, 2008. 2008 is the year Global Health Visions began its mission, and it started off as a network of consultants with a variety of expertise in the field of global health development, hence the name, of course, Global Health Visions, and they've expanded over the years to address a number of other areas as well, which brings us to number 2, which is actually the number 10. So currently today, Global Health Visions has 10 primary focus areas. When I spoke with Nejla, I wondered, is that difficult to narrow it down to 10, or is it difficult to build up to 10? Actually, she said that if we speak again in a year or two, it could be a larger number. It could be 12, it could be 15. Knowing that kind of service that they offer is valuable in that area, certainly healthcare, for example. Having that network, having the smart people, the experts who are able to use data to put it to use to power positive change, having that network in place means that it's easy to adapt to new focus areas as well. So pretty exciting indication of their growth as well, and their expanded opportunities to help people and organizations who are looking for positive change. 50% is a really great number as well too. So this number here, you can see the chart on the left. It signifies a decrease in under 5 mortality between 1990 and 2016. And Nejla is very excited, of course, about this, as we all should be, and notes that this is not just the work of one organization. Certainly not taking credit for it. There's no organization out there that's saying, this is because of us, but it's because of a concerted effort. Many organizations and many foundations around the world recognizing the value of, certainly saving lives in a very real and critical way. And she noted too, Bill Gates referred to this once as the most beautiful chart in the world, and certainly room for improvement continuing, but a trend in the right direction. So a very exciting number. So from numbers, of course, we always go to question and answer. And the first one starts with data, prove it. Does data make a difference? And she says it's essential. Definitely the idea of working with a lot of organizations around the world. Nejla and her colleagues spend a lot of time trying to make points, prove a certain point is true. And people always do want to help, certainly, but there's a finite amount of time and resources that people can dedicate to all of the different causes. Emotional appeals certainly really, tug at the heartstrings, that kind of thing. But the data that we have sometimes can really make a huge difference in compelling people to act. So, for example, she used the idea of a certain number of women dying in childbirth, but if this number of frontline healthcare workers can be provided, this many lives will be saved. This many, women will be fine. This many children will be fine. That kind of thing, that kind of data is a very compelling point to inspire people to act. So it makes people change their minds. It makes people understand the picture more clearly rather than just the emotional appeal. So again, very, very serious topics here, but definitely powerful data to make them possible. Next on the topic, the question was, how is it growing? One of the things that Nejla pointed out is that data is really, really important in certainly in policy and advocacy as well. But just having the data isn't good enough, and she definitely encouraged people to be able to do something with that data, driving action, rather than just, sort of resting on the numbers. Oh, isn't it nice to know? It's not just nice to know, it's being collected in order to act, in order to inspire that action or change. This is a big question. Nejla was very passionate and surprised about why people don't vote. She imagines that everyone would just naturally say, I will take advantage of this right, I will vote, especially working with a number of different countries, cultures, organizations around the world. Not everybody has that right. Not everyone has that opportunity, and she'd love to see something that would inspire people to take action, not just resting back, leaning back and saying, oh, it's not going to help anyway, it's not going to make a difference, Even if you feel that system is broken, she suggested, you can be part of a change. You can be part of that movement to inspire or create change. And so what would she like to know? What would she like to see that the world hasn't created yet? One of those things, certainly on the same topic, is some sort of strategy to engage people so that they realize it's their responsibility. They're not waiting for someone else to do it, that they have the right to vote and they should take advantage of it. And last question here. What's the best advice you've received or given? And she said she'd heard, we aren't static, we are constantly changing. So great advice for people, whether you're using numbers, emotional appeals, whatever you're doing in your life. The idea that there's always an opportunity to change is a very positive and inspiring idea. So when you see those challenges, you can adapt to them, find new opportunities, create that future. And it goes to the idea of voting. Of course, you can take action. It goes to the idea of putting data into advocacy opportunities, into policy changes. So definitely a very consistent theme throughout a lot of the conversation is that people can take action. You might need data, you might need, physical, people on the ground, you might need more information. Whatever it is, you can create that change. So very exciting conversation. Really recommend that you listen to this whole podcast. It's on our SoundCloud account. Of course, you can find it on our blog as well too, and we'll have it linked here. But data does make a difference. Nejla was very gracious to join us, and we were very happy to have her. And she definitely proved a lot of our points that many of us make those decisions on success measures. And so understanding what those numbers mean, understanding where they come from is very, very important. But certainly the idea of putting data into action was a very consistent topic and definitely an encouraging one for a positive future. Again, we'd love to have you listen to the whole podcast. You can hear it straight from the speaker, Nejla Lias, president and founder of Global Health Visions. You can check them out online. You can check them out anywhere you have the internet, certainly. And you can definitely check them out on this podcast as well. So we were very happy to have her. We thank her and her organization once again for sharing with us their story of how they use data to make a difference. Thanks so much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you again soon. In the meantime, you can connect with us on social media at SoGoSurvey and visit our website, SoGoSurvey.com. See you next time.